Today I thought I'd work some more on my pink journal, and it's getting rather chunky, as you can see, but I've added some things, and I have some things I want to glue down and do some decorating today. But I thought I'd turn on the camera and take you along. I'm still thinking that I am going to put this crochet doily on the cover of this journal, and I'm going to put it on the right side up and put some kind of tie on it. I haven't decided about that yet, but that's my plan. The first thing I wanted to do was do something to this page. I did this page before on camera with the glove. This is just a tag that I cut with my die. I use this set to cut this die. And this is the one I extended a little bit by cutting it and then moving it down and cutting part way and then moving it down and lining it up again and cutting the rest of it. So I'm going to glue it to this page as a tuck spot. And I want to put a ribbon in the top of it. So I'm going to do that first. And we may have to come back after this dries. I'm going to use Kathleen Mauer's technique of crunching up this rayon seam binding. It was folded on the sides, and I opened it up and wet it to get out those folds a little bit. But I'm going to tie it through this hole in the tag. And I really haven't done this before, so you're going along with me for the experiment. I don't know if I need to allow extra for the side that I wrap around. Perhaps I do. And push that over a little bit. I hope everyone had a very nice holiday season and New Year's is treating you well already. And you're looking forward to the year of crafting or whatever your passion is. We had a very quiet Christmas with family, and then John and I were here at home on Christmas Day, which was nice. We enjoyed that too. So we had a nice meal and opened our stockings and enjoyed the day. Okay, I'm going to tie that down and pull this down a little bit. As I said, I have not done this before, so I don't know how that's going to turn out. I'm going to close that and get it out of the way of the water. But I'm just going to push this up and spray it. Put my hand over this part so it doesn't get on that. This is something that I've seen Kathleen do in her journals before, and I really like the way hers come out. So we'll see if mine is as successful as hers is. Got water here now. Okay. All right, I'm going to set that aside and let it dry a little bit, and then we'll come back and glue it down. So that is this page, what I'm going to do on that. And then the next page I wanted to do something to is this page. I glued rickrack to the edge of that page on this side with it peeking over the edge on this side. So I thought that turned out pretty. I like the rickrack on there. And I used the belly band that I made with the waxed paper and lace on it here. And I just have this cluster clipped on there. I'm probably going to glue it down at some point, but right now I'm just indecisive about that. And then this page, I'm going to glue this lace on the edge of this page. This gold on here is what I did with the Crayola. I put the stencil down on the paper, and then I rubbed it with the gold crayon on the top, and it left that impression on it. So that was kind of fun, and I thought it turned out, I thought it was kind of subdued at first, and it still is kind of subdued, but I don't mind that. I think it looks pretty, so I decided to use it in my book. And my glue today is being a little bit undecisive about what it wants to do, if it wants to glob out or not come out at all. So I'm going to use my silicone, this deal, and kind of spread this out a little bit. Maybe that'll help it. And I thought I would just put this up a little bit above the edge there. And then just, it was gathered up. And so I thought I'd just leave it a little bit gathered up. Not gathered, but just a little bit roughly there. So we'll just do that. And hope I get it down before it's completely dry. left extra, but I'm going to trim that off. And if I wanted to, I could put ribbon over the top of that. I'll think about that for later, but for right now, I think that's going to be fine. I may just leave that much on there. I might put a charm or something on there at some point. This is an idea I saw on Junk Journal Joy's channel, and she was showing something she had seen that Raindrop Lila had done, and that is to wrap a doily just loosely around the page, and then I put a paper clip, a hidden paper clip on top, and put a couple of little pieces of paper here, and then on this side I have an old postcard with a die-cut little doily piece and a die-cut, just a little tag to go there. I used book page that had gesso and some gold splatters on it and some coffee stains there, and put a little butterfly there. So, and that's an old vintage postcard it hasn't been sent through the mail, but it's lived hard. So anyway, I thought that was a neat idea, and I really appreciate her sharing, both of them sharing this idea. So that was that. This page, I used a stencil and coffee dyed the page with the stencil on it, and it didn't cover all the way, so there's this much. And I decided, this had a straight edge, I decided to tear the edge off because I wanted to use this lace and put it over that mark where the line is, and wanted this to be a little more narrow there at the edge of the page. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to glue this down and then trim it back. I'm undecided about what I'm going to do here. I was thinking about using this for a tuck spot, but this paper, even though it's a little bit stiffer, it's not really stiff enough, I don't think, to be a tuck spot. I haven't decided, but anyway, that's what I've been pondering on for that page. I need more action, less pondering. Okay. I'm still using my Fabri-Tac, although I have a love-hate relationship with it. About half the time it doesn't want to come out of the bottle, and the other half it comes out too much at one time. So, put this down. And I was gonna show you how I made that hidden paper clip. There are lots of ways to do it, and you may already know how to do it and have done some yourself. But I thought I would just show you what I did on that one. It's real basic what I did. And I'll just leave a little bit of that there. This is some lace, and I just now forgot where I got it. Somewhere. I got it from somewhere. So I think that looks pretty like that, and this is just loose there. It could be glued down more or not. Then I wanted to glue this page in back here. This is the other side of that stencil dyed page, and see, I left a narrow margin there, and maybe I will come back and put some narrow lace on that. I haven't decided on that for sure. So I think I skipped something back there. I'll go back and pick it up again. This is the around the page pocket flip that I made. This flips out when you glue it down, and I have a tag that goes in there. But I'm going to glue this page down to this page as a tuck spot, but I'm going to glue these two edges so that the flap will be loose back here. So I'll go ahead and put the glue on here, and here we go again. Some of my coffee dyed pages got kind of wrinkled when I did them, and I don't really know what I was doing unless I just stacked them up and they were too wet. So anyway, this one that I'm gluing it to, I put a paper doily on it, but see how wrinkled that is. So I'm kind of glad to cover up part of that with this. And I just am going to come down to the bottom here, I think, like that, and just glue that down. I have a video on how I made this, so if you'd like to see that, I'll link it in the description box, which is down below the video. And if you're on a tablet or an Apple product, like an iPhone, there's a little spot underneath that says more, and it has a down arrow, and you just click on that to get it to open up the rest of the description box so you can see what else is on there. And then I just have some things in this pocket. And that flips out for extra writing space. Get the glue out of there a little bit. And then this goes in the pocket. You could add other things in this pocket behind there if you wanted to. You have writing space there. So, I wanted to show you this. This is a piece that my grandmother did, and I have no idea when she did it. I don't think it has a date. It does not have a date. I don't know if this was off a calendar or what, but I think of her as the original junk journaler, but I'm sure she wasn't the only one. But back then, they'd cut out pretty pictures and things and glue them down to a piece of paper, and she punched some holes in the top, tied this little ribbon on there, which is just about gone. And it's gotten a wrinkle there that's not too pretty. But I'm thinking I'm going to put it in my book just to protect it. It's safer here than it is just flying around the house. So I thought, I love the way her shoes look, and I thought she's pretty. So that is that. And the other thing I was going to do was glue down this strip. This is a strip that I punched with the punch to do that. And I just want it to be the decoration on the edge of this page, and it's gonna stick over the edge a little bit long, but I think what I'll do is just trim that off after I get it glued down. And I don't know if I'll be better off doing glue stick, but I'm gonna try it. With all these little holes, it may be easier to do that. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna try to press it on there and not cut the glue. That's what happens a lot of time when you're gluing with a glue stick and you go over something like this. It just slices the glue with the paper, and you have all these glue globs you have to deal with then. So, let's see if I can get this glued on there. And maybe it will stay. That looks like glue glob right there. Up my almost empty glue stick. Okay, see how this goes. This is just a punch I bought at Hobby Lobby one time. And I think I almost took it back because it wasn't cutting. And then I read that you can sharpen it with a piece of aluminum foil. You just punch the aluminum foil a few times and it sharpens it up again, so I did that and it worked and I kept it. Okay, this gray paper was just a piece of scrapbooking paper. It was really ugly scrapbooking paper that I got at Tuesday morning. It had a child's spelling paper or something like that on it. And it was just basically gray and stuff. But I think it kind of turned out pretty for this. And that glue down there. We'll see how this works. I don't know. It may not be a success on that. But anyway, and I have glue on me now. Okay, real quick before I go back and glue the tag to that page, I'll show you how I made this paper clip that I put around the doily. This one. This is just a strip of thin paper out of a book about trigonometry and algebra, I believe it was. And I get confused about this every time I do it, so I'm gonna have to think about it before I do it. Okay, that's the right way. I folded it about the length of the paper clip, maybe a little bit longer. And then just put the paper clip on this page, on the paper, like that. And then take the back and go back up over that. And I put it so this was right side up on this side, and it's going to be upside down on this side, but that's just going to have to be the way it is. But you probably could put something else over the top of it and hide that. And then I just glue the papers together in there. Just go ahead and do that real quick. Just go in between here and put some glue and around here. And you can do this with whatever kind of paper you want to use and make it look fancier than this is. This is just kind of a basic paper clip here. But you can always add more decorations to it. Flowers or die cuts or whatever to make it look pretty. Oh, and my glue is globbing. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to go down here. I kind of want that paper clip to be sort of glued in place. And it shows through this thin paper. So it might be best to use a little bit thicker paper than this is. It's pretty thin. But you get the idea. Basically what you want to do is have paper that goes between this part of the paper clip so that it's covered on both sides, and then you wrap the rest of it around the outside just so that it's hidden. And then you can just slide it on a page like that and slide something underneath, a card or a little tag or something can go under there. So, okay, let's go back and see if this is dry enough. It seems to be doing pretty good. It's not completely dry, but I can just leave the book open until it does dry. It's kind of fluffy, but anyway, first time for doing it. I'm going to just glue that down on two sides, and it can be a tuck spot. I'll find something later to stick back there. I think I want it to scrunch up more so then it can smooth out and be more crinkly. So I'm just going to give it a little more press there. But I am going to go ahead and glue it in. And if I don't like it, I can just cut it off and do something else. I always need to have a contingency plan if I don't like it, because I may not like it. It happens. Okay, I kind of made a mess down there at the bottom. Let's smooth that out a little bit. And I'm just going to put it kind of about like that. And we'll see what it looks like. I'll take pictures and put at the end so you can see the end result. Oh, crunch up. Okay. I appreciate you joining me today and seeing how I'm continuing to work on this book and hopefully make some progress. I feel like I'm getting close to being finished, but I keep thinking of other things I want to add, like little trims on the edge of the pages, because I want this edge to be full and have some interesting things sticking out. But the book is getting very chunky. Fatter than I expected and fatter than maybe I wanted it to be. But anyway, that seems to be the way I go with the books. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. I hope you have a great day, and I appreciate you coming by and spending time with me. If you think about it and want to, I'd appreciate a thumbs up in the comment section. Thanks so much. See you next time. Bye.